I am happy I invite you to our today's program. For those who are new in this program, welcome, feel at home. I don't want to take much of time today because today I have something beautiful. Niko na jambo la maana na jambo la kurebesha ambalo nitaweza kushare na nyinyi. And today it is going to be wonderful because today we are going to discuss about positive thoughts. That will be our main topic today, and we are going to outline it and going to divide it into sessions, and we are going to define what positive thoughts are, and then we will discuss about the benefits of creating positive thoughts, ama kwa kimombo umuhimu wa kutengeneza mawazo ambayo ni chanya. Mawazo chanya ni mawazo ambayo ni mazuri, and then we going to discuss strategies to generate positive thoughts. Hii ni kumaanisha njia ambazo unaweza tumia kuweza kutengeneza mawazo ambayo ni chanya. And when we are through with that, I know that you are going to go home with something, na utaweza kuelewa maisha yako na mawazo yako kwa urahisi, na hautangangana kuishi maisha ya siku hizi ukiwa na habari kama hii. Thank you so much. And before I start, I want to share a Bible verse, and it is in the book of Philippians 4:8. It is okay. It is good to also look in how the word of God discusses or clearly shows us about our thought and our thought life. So it says, finally, brothers and sisters, I'm going to read it. Whatever it is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. And see how amazing the Bible wants us to be thinking about good things, whatever is pure, whatever is true. Tukiangalia na kimombo, utaona inaweza kuelezea kwa njia ya urahisi. Inasema hivi: hatimaye ndugu na dada, mambo yoyote yaliyo ya kweli, yaliyo ya heshima, yaliyo ya haki, yaliyo safi, yaliyo ya kupendeza, yaliyo ya kusifiwa, ikiwa kuna lolote bora au lenye kustahili sifa, yafikirieni kuhusu hayo mambo. That is Wafilipi chapter 4 verse 8. So you can see how the Bible clearly wants us to think about good things, mambo yaliyo safi, mambo yaliyo ya kweli. And because of that wonderful introduction, let me go to the next segment, whereby we will ask ourselves, what are positive thoughts? Mawazo chanya ni mawazo gani? Kwa sababu I'm very sure that kila mtu hapa amepatana na mtu ambaye maybe amekuambia fikiria mafikira ambayo ni mazuri. Maybe ulikuwa na jambo ambalo ulikuwa unapitia na ukaweza kushare na mtu, na huyo mtu akaweza kukuambia ningependa sana uweze kuelewa na kutumia muda wako kutaka kukuwa na mawazo ambayo ni mazuri. Na hiyo ni kumaanisha kwamba it is okay, it is good that you learn how to create that habit, to create that behavior, attitude that I want to have positive thoughts in life. And when we define positive thoughts, they are mental attitudes that focus on the bright side of life and anticipate happiness, health, and success. They are optimistic interpretations of situations and events. Mental attitudes ni mitazamo ya kiakili inayozingatia upande mzuri wa maisha na kutarajia furaha, afya na mafanikio. So ukikuwa na huo muda ama huo wakati ambao unatazamia akili yako ikuwe na kuzingatia mambo ni mazuri, hiyo ndo wakati tunasema tuko na mawazo ambayo ni chanya. So you can see very well that these are attitudes. Remember that attitudes is something that you need to create, to focus on. Remember that nikitaka kukuwa na mawazo ambayo ni chanya, it is like seeing it. For example, if I'm talking about male, what is the opposite of a male? The opposite of a male is female. There can never be any other thing. Kama ninaongelelea opposite ya male, it is female, nothing more. Wakati ninaongelelea kuhusu our thought life, remember there are positive thoughts and the other side ni negative thoughts. So wakati uko kwa hali ya kukua na mtazamo mzuri, unafaa kusimama kwa huo mtazamo peke yake. Usigatuke, usiende kwa hiyo side nyingine ya kukua na mawazo ambayo ni hasi. So kumaanisha kwa hii maisha, wakati tunaambiwa tukue na mawazo ambayo ni chanya, tunafaa kusimama kwa huyo upande na tusimame imara, tuseme maisha yangu nataka kukua na mawazo ambayo ni chanya. I don't want to mix my daily life activities with my thoughts with negative thoughts, mixing them with positive thoughts. Ninafaa kukua na msimamo, nisema nimesimamia hapa tu na siwezi ngatuka. Nikitaka kufikiria jambo lazima nijikumbushe kwamba nilisema ya kwamba nitakuwa na mawazo ambayo ni mazuri. Na tukiangalia some few examples, when you are having those kind of positive thoughts, you are creating an opportunity for growth rather than a problem. Wakati umesimama tu kwa huo upande wa kukuwa na mawazo ambayo ni mazuri, unajitengenezea tu fursa ya kukuwa na makuzo mazuri, a growth. That is what we are calling growth. Na hautakuwa na tatizo lolote kwa maisha yako wakati umesema I am studying in for positive thoughts only. Another example is that when you create positive thoughts, you'll be able to believe that effort and perseverance lead to success. Success, najua watu wengi wamesikia sana huku nje. Ungependa sana kukua successful, ungetaka sana kukua kama mtu fulani, ama kuna mentor unataka kukua kama huyo. Kama unataka kufika mahali hapo, huwezi fika tu hapo na kuota tu. Hapana, utafika hapo wakati umechange your way of thinking. And that is what we are calling positive thoughts. Not only changing, but changing for only positivity and nothing more. And when we change towards that direction, it will be easier for us to grasp and to understand what is success, what is effort and perseverance. Kwa sababu unaweza jipata unataka kuanzia kukua na mawazo ambayo ni chanya, lakini ujiulize, nimefikiria hivi siku ya kwanza, ya pili, kwani hiyo success itakuja lini? Hapana. Inafaa kukua ni an effort, unatoa juhudi na kuvumilia hadi hiyo mafanikio ionekane. Lazima uamke kila siku useme, mimi leo I am choosing to create positive thoughts in my life because I know I'm heading somewhere. It is not just going to happen. So from today, understand that when we are talking about thoughts, it is not only about only thoughts. Think about the details of it. How do I want my life to be? I have to initiate creating a habit. I have to actionalize that I want to create a habit of being positive every time of my life, regardless of the circumstances that are within. And with that, there's one expert our doctor, is the father of positive psychology, by the name Dr. Martin Seligman. He said that optimism is the faith that leads to achievement. Kwa kimombo tunasema ni matumaini ni imani inayosababisha mafanikio. So kumaanisha when I'm redirecting myself towards optimism, towards thinking positively about my life, inanipea imani. Sio hiyo imani ya kusukumiliwa, itanipea imani hadi nitaweza kuona maisha yangu nataka ikue hivi. Hadi wakati ambapo unasoma neno la Mungu ukiwa na hiyo optimism na matumaini, itakuwa rahisi kwako kulielewa na kugrow in faith, because that is where God wants to take us. He wants us to reconstruct our thought life so that we be the best version of ourselves, so that even when he speaks we will not doubt it, kwa sababu tulishatengeneza mawazo yetu na tukai-align according to God's will in our lives. So even the Bible clearly states in the book of Proverbs 23:7a, it says that for as he thinks in his heart, so he is. Kama mtu afikirivyo moyoni mwake, ndivyo alivyo. Kama Biblia inasema hivyo, ni kumaanisha moyo wetu ni kitu iko ndani yetu. Na moyo wetu ni kitu tunafaa kuihifadhi, tukiliganisha na mawazo ambayo tunatoa kwa maisha yetu ama kwa akili zetu. So ni vizuri tuweze kuzingatia namna ambavyo unaweza tumia ama unaweza chukua ku create positive mindset and positive thoughts in your life. And that is why we are going to the next segment and discuss about the benefits of creating positive thoughts, kwa sababu nishawaonyesha what are positive thoughts. And because of that, let me discuss few points because of time, and we are going to analyze and dissect into it as we see how beneficial it is to have positive thoughts in our lives. And point number 1 I'm going to discuss is about one benefit of creating positive thoughts is that you have improved mental health. Unakuwa na afya ya akili iliyorebeshwa. Wakati unafikiria mawazo ni mazuri, unakuwa hauna stress mingi kwa maisha yako, na risk yoyote ya depression haiwezi kupata ama anxiety, kwa sababu mawazo chanya itapunguza mfadhaiko na hatari ya msongo wa mawazo na wasiwasi. Remember that we are in days whereby people are getting anxious a lot. Watu wanasumbuliwa na mambo madogo sana, na tusipozingatia kubuild na kucreate a positive life in our day-to-day activities, itakuwa rahisi sana kujipata umepatwa na msongo wa mawazo, na mtu anajiuliza how do I do it? Tutadiscuss hiyo baadaye, lakini nataka kwanza ujue umuhimu wa kukua na mawazo ambayo ni chanya. The next benefit of creating positive in our lives, positive thoughts in our lives, is that you get your physical health is enhanced. Hiyo ni kumaanisha unapata afya ya mwili iliyorebeshwa. Tumetoka kuelezea afya ya akili iliyorebeshwa. Hiyo ya akili ikishakamilika, ya mwili pia inarembeka, kwa sababu studies have shown that optimism can boost the immune system. Wakati mwingi siku hizi hadi ukienda hapo hospitalini uanze kucomplain kwa daktari, mimi sipati usingizi, daktari ninauma na hapa, nauma na kichwa sana, daktari nashindwa kukula. Kitu ya kwanza daktari atataka kujua ni kama kuna mambo ambayo inakusumbua kwa maisha, kwa sababu hizo zinakuanga ni signs and symptoms za early depression. So wakati nimeweza kushughulikia mawazo yangu, itakuwa rahisi pia mwili yangu iweze kupata na afya ambayo imerebeshwa. Na tukiona hivyo, tunafaa tuseme kutoka leo nitaacha kufikiria mambo ambayo haipendezi. Kutoka leo nitaanza kuona vile ninavyofanya, vile vyovyote nitakaweza fanya niweze kukua na mawazo ambayo ni chanya. Na tukifanya hivyo, it will be easier for us to have mental health at its highest place, at its highest rank, because nowadays people are very ill mentally, and we don't want to have a society whereby we are being led by people who are mentally, simply because it is started from a place of thoughts. Siku hii na ninasema na nitarudia ya kwamba mimi nimekuwa hospitalini na nimekuwa nikikuwa na clients ambao wamekuwa kipitia changamoto. Wengine ni depression, wengine ni mambo ya kifamilia na mambo tofauti kama hayo. Lakini nimekuja kugundua hiyo yote inaweza kuwa imesababika, lakini nikikosa kuiangalia in my own perspective kwanza, nishughulikie yangu kwanza, sitaweza hadi kushughulikia watu wengine. Ndio maana ninasisitizanga sana kwanza mtu ajifanyie kazi kwake, kwa akili yake, aweze kujua mimi ni shida kama niko nayo nitaiweza aje niitatue, ili niweze pia kusaidia mwenzangu ambayo tunakorofishana, mwenzangu ambayo hatuwezi sikizana. Na tukianza kutoka hapo, it will be easier for us to create harmony and not to be always complaining and blaming other people. So that's why I'm very much concerned about the thought life of so many people outside here. And because of time, let me go quickly to the point number 3. Point number 3 is another benefit of creating positive thoughts in your life, is that you have better relationships. Unakuwa na mahusiano bora. Watu ambayo wako na uzoefu wa kukua na kutengeneza thoughts ama mawazo ambayo ni mazuri, wanawezanga kubuild healthier social connections with people. I have come to realize that most of the people who are always bitter, wanakuanga kila wakati wanakosana na watu hivi, I don't blame them. I always see it from the point of their thought life has been distracted. So nikiona hivyo ninakuwa na moyo wa kutaka kusaidia huyo mtu, nijue ni nini ilifanyika kwa maisha yao. Ni nini hiyo iliwafanya waseme nimekata kauli, kutoka leo sitaweza kuamini mtu yoyote, kutoka leo mimi tu naona tu ndo naweza jisaidia. Hapana, hii dunia hatuwezi jisaidia. We've been created to be interdependent, not to be dependent, not to be to be solely on ourselves. We have to be dependent, to depend on other people. Most of the times we can be independent in some of maybe few things here and there in our lives, but most of the time we depend on others. You see, so when you have positive thoughts, ukiwa na mawazo ambayo ni chanya, unaweza kukua na positive mindset na inaweza kukua healthier hadi wewe kubuild healthier connections with other people. So tafadhali, whoever is watching, take an initiative, take a step today and say that if I want my relationships to be better today, I have to reorganize my thought life. And this is the message. Take it now, go with it. The next point is that the benefits of creating positive thoughts in your life is that you have increased resilience. Unakuwa na ustahimilivu ulioongezeka. Tunaambiangwa ati positive thinkers are better equipped to handle setbacks and recover quickly. Remember, we are in life whereby we have to go through challenges, setbacks, and they all come not to make us weak but to strengthen us and to make us even hope for better in future. So wakati wowote tumejipata kwa circumstances bila kutarajia, maybe umejipata umegonjeka, umejipata kuna pesa inahitajikana, wakati nimekaa hapo nikatazama tu vile mambo haiwezi kuwa sawa, ninaenda hiyo kitu inanisukuma hadi mwisho. Lakini wakati nimesema hii imekuja, hadi nitawezana nayo, umeona nimeweza kuifikiria kwa njia iliyo sawa, hadi inakuwa rahisi kwako kutatua shida zako. Lakini wakati haujajua mambo kama hayo ya kukua na mawazo ambayo ni chanya, utajipata umejifingilia, umeona hadi haupendeki, huwezi fanya jambo lolote la kukusaidia. But with positive thoughts, you will be able to have increased resilience. Utastahimilia, utaweza kuvumilia mambo mengi, na utaweza kusaidika wakati tu ambapo utakuwa na mawazo ni ambayo ni mazuri. The next point is about another benefit of creating positive thoughts. You are able to be successful and productive. Unakuwa na mafanikio na ufanisi. Optimism enhances problem solving skills and encourages proactive behavior. How does that come? Ukiweza kukuwa na mawazo ni ambayo ni mazuri, unaweza kujua ninaweza fanya ABCD. Kama ABCD imefanyika, ninaweza fanya 1 2 3 ili niweze kuangalia hiyo jambo kwa urahisi. So wakati niko na optimism, hiyo success inakuja juu niko na mawazo mazuri, ninaweza kufikiria vizuri, nitajua ninaweza hadi ita rafiki yangu anisaidie na hii, juu si kila kitu nitaweza kufanya. Hii nayo naweza fanya hili ili tufanye, for example, uko na kitu imekuwa ikikusubua, maybe ni school fees ama vitu mingi kama hizo. Wakati umeanza kuenda na njia ambayo ni ya uoga, utaona tu vile haitafanyika. Lakini ukiketi chini useme 10,000 tu, nitafanya, si niko na hii, naweza fanya hivi nipate hii pesa, nilipe hii. Unaona, unaweza kufikiria jambo ambalo ni la ufaidi kwa haraka, na unaweza kutatua shida zako kwa urahisi. The next point is that there is evidence ambayo imefanyiwa na iko ushahidi ambayo umetusaidia, ambayo umefanyika kuonyeshana kwamba kukuwa na mawazo ambayo ni chanya ni ya kusaidia, inakusaidia kwa urahisi kwa maisha yako. Na hii evidence ilipatikana kwa Harvard study of adult development, which found a strong correlation between a positive outlook and a long-term happiness and health. So hata wasomi conduct various studies, utafiti na utaalamu umefanyiwa kwa kuweza kuangalia wakati watu wanafikiria mambo mazuri, ni nini hiyo inajitokezanga after kufikiria mambo mazuri. Wanaona watu fulani ambao wamewekwa kwa hiyo studies, waliwekwa wakawaambiwa fikirieni na hii njia, and afterwards waliweza kuona the results of doing that. So, and of course the results were good. So if there is evidence of this, do you know the meaning of evidence? If there is evidence, it means that I'm also going to let it happen for my life, because I want my life to change. How do I want to change? By recreating my thought life in a positive way and producing positive thoughts. Jambo hilo lingine ambalo nitasoma ni a Bible verse in the book of Jeremiah 29:11. It says that, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and future." Can you just imagine that if God is thinking these good plans for us, imagine he's thinking about my life being the best. Can I afford to think it the opposite? No, because our God is so faithful. He cannot be thinking about good things that are going to happen in our lives, and on the other side we are thinking on the worst. We cannot be able to please God in that manner. We have to make sure that we align our thoughts so that we please them with our faith. Tukuwe na hiyo imani na matumaini, tumwambie Mungu ya kwamba kama uko na mawazo ambayo unaniwazia mimi ni mawazo ya amani, na ni mawazo ambayo si mabaya, na ni ya kunipa tumaini na mwisho mwema, Bwana mimi nijiwazie mambo ambayo sio, na Mungu hajasema anakuwazia hivyo. So you see, even the Bible, it is clearly wants us to rechange and to rewire our thought life, because God is always thinking the best for us in our lives. Those are 7 good points, benefits of creating positive thoughts. And I know that you should relook at them at your own free time and try to meditate and try to understand, why am I insisting that you create positive thoughts in your life? Then the next segment, because of time, we're going to discuss how to generate positive thoughts. This is the best. I really like explaining to my clients, even explaining to people how you can do it, because at the end of the day, it wouldn't be enough if I didn't explain to you how you can do that. How am I going to generate positive thoughts? I like this because it is something that I myself have practiced it, and have seen the fruitfulness of doing it, and have seen good results of doing it. So I'm going to quickly discuss the first point. How to create positive thoughts is by practicing gratitude, kushukuru. Hili jambo tumefunzwa sana kama kwa kanisa letu, tumefunzwa sana, kila wakati tunakumbushangwa kuhusu kushukuru. Gratitude is one way of moving and recreating a positive mindset within yourself. It helps you in a wide range, in the wide approach, biologically, spiritually, psychologically. Make sure that you practice gratitude. And how do you do that? 1, you can keep a gratitude journal. You write down 3 things you are thankful for daily. Ni kusema aje, unaandika jarida la shukurani, unaorodhesha mambo 3 unayoshukuru kila siku. Kama mimi kwa mfano, kwa simu yangu hapo, I have a journal. It is a 5-minute journal. Every day when I wake up, I have to make sure that I look for my morning reflection and my evening reflection. The first thing when I open my journal, it always gives me a section whereby 3 things that you are grateful for today. And the first point I am going to read for you because it is here. 3 things that I'm grateful for today. I think, like for today, what I was grateful for. Today is on 27th. Yes, 3 things I'm grateful for. For example, I wrote that, today, 3 things I'm grateful for. For God's loving kindness and mercies that He has gifted me this morning. Imagine by just having a journal, it is like an app, a 5-minute journal. I open it and I don't have to think a lot what I'm going to write. Inaniletea to 3 things I'm grateful for, and I write them down. 1, 2, 3. Hadi sijapitisha 3. For God's loving kindness. Point number 2 nikaandika, for today's weather, I just love it, I adore it. For tomorrow is my cousin's graduation. I'm happy to see her celebrate the most important day of her life. Imagine those 3 points. Zikona a lot of power, a lot of energy zimeniweka ndani ya moyo wangu. When I write them down, there is something, a picture that have been recreated in my mind. I will keep on remembering. I'm grateful today because of God, because of God's love, mercies. I cannot afford to be sad today. I have to make sure that I think positively because God is thinking something good about for me in my life. Imagine just adoring the weather. I'll not go by along the day complaining, today's weather is boring. No. I've just stated it that today is a good day and the weather is favorable for me. And we are going to look at an example. Oprah Winfrey is one of the examples I'm going to give by promotes gratitude as a core practice for a fulfilled life. Those are some of the people that we have seen them graduate and move to the highest points in their lives by simply ensuring that they create a gratitude atmosphere for themselves in their lives. So another example is from the Bible, in the book of 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 verse 18. It says that give thanks in all circumstances, for this is God's will for you in Christ Jesus. Imagine, the Bible is very clear. One thing I like the Bible is that inakuanga very clear. Inasema shukrani kwa kila hali, maana hayo ni mapenzi ya Mungu kwenu katika Kristo Yesu. The Bible is always clear. Inasema shukrani kila wakati. Kwa nini? Mungu akisema tukuange na shukrani kila wakati, alikuwa anajua kuna mambo zingine ziko kwa maisha yetu ambayo zinatusumbua. Kwa hivyo alijua tukikuwa na hiyo attitude of gratitude, tutaweza kukuwa watu ambao wanaishi maisha ni mazuri. So look at those examples, and the Bible is 100% correct. It gives the best. Uone vile Mungu anataka tukue watu ambao wanashukuru. When someone gives you something, tell them thank you. Simple thank you. It is going to move you from 1 to 0% of unwanted life to maybe 2%. Every day learn to practice gratitude. Even telling yourself, ninajishukuru leo nimeweza kufanya hivi, I really thank myself. You see, so that one we are going to keep on delving into as we continue with our sessions. But let's move to the next way you can generate positive thoughts in your life. You reframe negative thoughts. Hiyo ndo nilisema lazima nitoke kutoka negative thoughts, niseme ninakuwa na msimamo tu, niko tu hapa kwa positive thoughts, na unabadilisha mawazo hasi. You replace, for example, there are some affirmations that most of us for a long time we have had, us even sometimes telling ourselves, I can't do this. Ukikuanga huyo mtu wa kusema sioni kama nitafanya hiyo tell, sitaki kufanya hivyo, itakuwa hivyo most of the times. Lakini wakati nina replace na a good positive thought like this one, I'll give it my best shot. You have started giving it life. So usiweze ati siwezi fanya hili. Nitafanya juhudi zangu zote hadi nifanye yenye itaweza kufanyika, na nikifanya hivyo I'll be able to have even that motivation to be doing more tasks that I was not used of doing them. For example, we use cognitive behavioral techniques to challenge negative assumptions. In my sessions with clients, I always use CBT, cognitive behavioral. Yes, I always try to reconstruct their thought life pattern, because I want them to understand their thought patterns first before we start measuring the major issues in their life. So ukitumia hiyo binu ya kitabia, unaweza kuwa na utambuzi kupinga mawazo ambayo ni hasi. So what are we learning from here? The only way I can be able to recreate positive life in my life is by reframing, simply doing away with any kind of negative thought that I have in my life. Just like that. The next point that I'm going to discuss about how you can generate positive thoughts in your life is surround yourself with positivity. Jizungushe na mazingira chanya. Hapa najua watu wengi wako hapo. Engage with uplifting books, podcasts or videos. Usiwahi jidanganya ati judeo nimeamua kuwa na mtu ambaye anafikiria mawazo chanya, itakuwa tu hivyo. Remember, effort is needed. So what do? I have to look for resources that are going to help me to recreate my life towards positivity. Every time when I sit down, I know, like for example, I myself, every day I always make sure that I read a chapter of a book that is pioneering me towards doing something better for my life, even working on myself, working on some of my weaknesses, and it really helps. They have really helped me for the past 1 year. I've read so many articles that are uplifting in my mind, such that I'm able to see life in another dimension. And one book that is most important that you can use to help you is the Bible. Some of us, we always think that the Bible is boring. No, the Bible has very good insights. It has all kind of examples that you can ever find to give you that motivation to recreate your thought lives. Go find each and every verse that is talking about thoughts, life, or healthy or healthier life. Go and look for those verses. There are so many. Some of them I've just read here. Go, indulge yourself, sink into it and tell yourself, if this is what I'm reading, it has to happen to my life, and surely it is going to happen. Listen to podcasts. For example, this one is a program. It's like a podcast. You can listen to it and invite someone that you know they are struggling with negative thought life. You help them to rewire their thought life by listening to such kind of podcast. For myself, I have listened to so many podcasts talking about thought life, even so many videos. Like, for example, I watch Dr. Dispenza's YouTube videos on how positive thoughts can rewire the brain. You see, I watched TEDx shows on public speaking and so many other, and they help you to see life in another dimension. So tazama video kama hizo. And with that, I'm going to read a verse in the Bible, and it is in the book of Proverbs 13:20. It says that, walk with the wise and become wise, for a companion of fools suffers harm. Tembea na wenye hekima, nawe utakuwa na hekima, bali rafiki wa wapumbavu utaangamizwa. What does this mean? That if you are surrounding yourself with positivity, there could be some friends that you are having, friends that are not adding value in your life. Now maybe that company, as long as you are in it, you cannot be able to recreate that life that you want. So what does that mean? That you should unplug yourself from such kind of relationships and start a new life whereby the people that you are going to befriend are people who are wise. The Bible is saying it clearly. Walk with the wise and become wise. You cannot just become wise by saying I will become wise. No, you have to look for people who are going to help you, who have certain kind of thinking, such that you not just be stagnant for the sake of being stagnant. And with that, I'm very sure that you're going to appreciate yourself. You'll be looking at your life, you'll be telling yourself, hey, congratulations, Rispa. Hey, you are making it. Hey, you are moving. Hey, I like the new me. Imagine you'll be telling yourself like that, and you'll be more proud of yourself. You will not even wait for someone to approve to you that you are doing it. Imagine the benefit of surrounding yourself with positivity. Environment that is not working best for you, try your best to get such kind of an environment and recreate and rewire your life and thought life, and all is going to be well with you. The next point that I'm going to give about how to create positivity or positive thoughts in your life is you practice mindfulness and meditation. Kwa kimombo tunasema fanya mazoezi ya umakinifu na kutafakari, meditation. And when you focus on the present moment to reduce negative rumination, kuwa niko hapa, acha kutaka kufikiria sana mambo ambayo imepita. Ukifikiria kuhusu sasa, ndio utaweza kuona maisha yako itaweza kukua aje siku ambazo zinazokuja. Ukikuwa na rumination, kwa Kikuyu tunasemanga ni goshokia makabe. Ni zile tu vitu za zamani ndo tu zinakujanga tu, hakuna vitu zingine za maana zinakukujia. So ukizingatia hali ya sasa niko hapa, for example niko hapa. Imagine if I'm not focusing on being here, maybe I would just be I will not be knowing what I'm presenting. But because I'm focusing on the moment, I'll be able to appreciate the moment itself. So mindfulness hiyo inakusaidia ukue hapa. Usitake. And one way of creating mindfulness is having a quiet time. You have a quiet time. You just want to breathe in the air that is surrounding you. mindfulness. You just want to see a tree vile tu inapepea, nataka kuona kabad kanapepea huko, sauti zenye zinatoka kwa, that is the stimuli that is around you. Nataka kuona maji ikiteremka kwa mto. You can walk even into places whereby the serenity is all around. Unasema leo nataka kuenda tu kwa hiyo mto iko karibu na hapo kwetu, nione maji vile inateremka. Ukiona that wonderful creation of God, you'll be able to connect yourself with the reality. Stop overthinking about life. When we overthink about life, we never get to the place of success. We have to make a decision and tell myself, I'm here. Niko hapa kwa saa hii. Ili niweze kufika mahali nataka kufika, lazima nifanye yenye inastahili kufanyikana hapo mahali huko. Acha kuenda kazi ukiwa una complain. Unasema, "Kai, tunapeangwa kazi mingi." No, focus. You are doing it for yourself, to build yourself. Stop complaining, stop blaming. Every time you want to blame someone, you want to complain about anything. With that, you cannot be able to build positivity in life. You have to make sure that you are responsible for every action and everything that you do for yourself in life. And that is going to help you to move from that place of being oppressed to the place of being appreciated. And with that is going to help you so much. I wish I had time to go deeper in this, but allow me just to mention them. Go even you for yourself, research more and tend to know more about thoughts and positive thoughts, to be specific. The next point that we are going to talk about is point number 5. We have one more so that we conclude. The point number 5, how to create positive thoughts in life, is that you should set realistic goals. Weka malengo halisi. Hey, realistic goals. I have just read this and I've just remembered how I have been struggling. Like, especially last year, I was struggling with my goals and what have you, and I had not realized how am I going to go about it. But how are you going to set realistic goals? For example, break larger goals into manageable steps to maintain motivation and optimism. Kwa kimombo tunasema gawanya malengo makubwa katika hatua zinazoweza kudhibitiwa ili kudumisha motisha na matumaini. Larger goals. For example, uko na hiyo kitu, there's a time that I was thinking about, I would want to help people who are struggling mentally. And all I knew is about mental health, and mental health is very broad. I was not specific with my goal, and I really struggled almost a whole year, struggling how am I going to go about it, until I went to break it down by one, by asking myself question: if people are struggling with mental health, which area are they struggling the most, according to my own perspective, according to my own research? Watu wanasumbuka sana kwa maeneo gani? And mimi nikaona thoughts. You see, I have broken it down from a larger generalized thing to a more smaller yenye unaweza manage. So after thoughts, I asked myself, what about thoughts now? I went on ahead asking myself question until I was able to come up with small goals that I can be able to adhere to. So nikakuja nikaona food for thought. Most people don't have time to understand more about their thoughts or even information about that. It is unique. It is not something that has been done by so many people. So I was able even to come up with ideas easily. The time I realized that I have to break down those goals to more manageable steps. And that one, I was able to gain that motivation and optimism. Until now, there are some things that I'm doing and I'm breaking them down until I make sure that one major goal that I want to achieve, it has to be achieved. But I have to make sure that I start from the lowest level. Ni kama for example mtoto haazaliagu akianza kukula githeri, hapana. Anaanza na maziwa kwanza. Na hiyo ndo inapea hiyo steady and consistent growth until time yenye atawiniwa na anze kukula chakula yenye ni gumu na meno some things like that. Life has to be consistent and it has to be planned for. So if you have some goal, umekuwa ukisema ninataka kuenda wapi, ama ninataka kuanza biashara. Yes, na ninataka kuanza biashara inakaa hivi. Start breaking down your goals small by small. Hiyo itakusave a lot of thinking na kukuwa na stress juu ya kitu moja. Break them down. It will be easier for you to be able to manage it. And the Bible says that commit to the Lord whatever you do and he will establish your plans. That is in the book of Proverbs 16:3. Mkabidhi Bwana kazi zako na mipango yako itafanikiwa. Hadi before you start doing that thing, tell God, this is what that I want to do. So that he give you direction, so that even when you start managing and breaking down your goals, it will be easier to know that this is the direction that I want to take. And this is how I'm going to be successful at the end of it all. So that is point number 5. The last point, not even the least, last but not the least, how to create positive thoughts in your life is by visualization techniques. Mbinu za kutafakari mafanikio. Visualization is powerful. If there is something that is very powerful, is by visualizing it. For example, imagine achieving your goals and the positive emotions tied to success. Sasa umesema ninataka kuanza hiyo biashara. Sasa imagine picturing yourself ukikuwa kwa hiyo biashara. Sometimes I have told even my clients, you want money, print a paper that is showing money, put it there. When you wake up every day, you see money and you'll be able to know that I need to be doing this specific thing so that I have this money that I want to have. It is like that. Huwezi fanya kwa njia ingine. Nataka kukua na gari. Now go look for a car and print a paper yenye iko na gari. Ispin kwa room yako. Every day ukiamka unaona gari, unaona na kama nataka kukua na gari, nini hiyo nafanya ambayo itafanya nifikie kununua hiyo gari kwa haraka? Nini hiyo sifai kufanya? Juu kuna vitu zingine lazima uache kufanya kama unataka kukua na hiyo gari. It is as simple as that. Visualization is so powerful, and most of the athletes often use visualization to improve performance. Most of the athletes like Kipchoge, look at Cristiano Ronaldo, they always have to work successful, to work hard and visualize that they are going to do this, and it happens. And people think that it is magic. No, it is not magic. They started visualizing it in their brain, in their mind, and then it came into fruition. So even for us, we don't have to think that we are not special, we are not unique. We can also do it. We have the chances and opportunities to be what we want to be. It is only that we've been so ignorant. Most of us have been so ignorant such that we are not realizing that you ought to start rethinking about your life. And when you start from that point, it will be easier. You will be telling yourself, hi, yeah, this is easy. It is easy to do this. It's like easy, like saying ABCD. It will be as easy. And all because you have thought of it first, that it will be easy. So with that, I think that I've taken you home. I've taken you somewhere. By now, I know that most of you can start imagining, or can start replaying some of the things that have been making their lives to be, not to be where they want to be. So replay, recorrect, and adjust from those things that are making you not to reach the point where you want to reach in life. It doesn't matter who you are, whether you are CEO of a company, whether you are a pastor pastoring a church, whether you are a hawker. It doesn't matter. Where you are, that is where you need to start from. And it all starts, it doesn't matter who you are, with thoughts. When you are able to do that, it will be easier. Nowadays, I've done my research and I've come to realize that for today, for you to be successful today, because I think in the 19th century, during the industrialization, the 4 factors of labor landed, what hizo ndo zilikuwa zina determine your wealth, but today we are not there anymore. Today information and knowledge and action, those are the things that are going to help you to move, to be successful, to be rich the way you want to be rich, and to be wealthy. So today don't sit down and say that ninataka inform your mind, rewire it, and start growing. Today start growing. Today start doing it. Write down your goals. Write down, brain dump everything that you feel that is not working well in your life. It is going to help you a lot to change your thinking life. And with that, those who have tuned in lately, today we were discussing about positive thoughts. We are discussing what are positive thoughts, the benefits of creating positive thoughts, and how to create and generate positive thoughts in life. And we have discussed a few points there. Those who'd like to rewatch it, you can. It is already there in social media, in YouTube, in Facebook, EHEM TV. Continue tuning in, continue inviting people to watch this wonderful program. Don't forget to subscribe on our YouTube channel. Don't forget to like and comment. I would want to hear your comments, by the way. Write down something, that any kind of question that you would want to ask. It is just down there. If you want to contact me personally, you can do it through this airline, by this number 07 12 33 77. And in case of anything, I will be available to answer you where you feel that you are stagnant. Another thing is that I'm sorry guys that I think today will be the last show, a program, a session to be doing during this year. I know we are heading to happy holidays, and I myself, I would want some time to recreate, to regenerate myself, to organize myself, and even to prepare more, because next year we are going into details. We are going to have very, very hot topics. I'll also be inviting guests. I will make sure that this program with the best, and everyone will be able to connect with it. Na I will make sure that itakufikia mahali huko. It doesn't matter whether it is in English, Kiswahili, Kikuyu. I will make sure that it covers everything. And this is the Thought Life series. Don't forget, we still have more topics to handle. Until next time,